with the media. I help out with the media and public relations for our beautiful, amazing Parent Village team, and happy to be here with everyone on tonight. And I'm going to kick it off to our next board member, who is Tiffany. She'd like to share.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to see all of your faces. Thank you so much for being here. Tiffany Rufino. I am also one of the members on the board at Parent Villages, and excited for our first kickoff. And I will pass it on to Cindy.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm in my car. So excited to have the I Meetups back, and love being a part of Parent Villages. I am Cindy Gaynor Harper, treasurer, and also co-founder along with Ayana, Mama Page, and Latonia. It has been such an exciting journey, and I'm looking forward to this call.
Thank you. Mama Page is waving. Go ahead, Mama Page.
Hello, I'm Mama Page. My real name is Paige Monroe. I am a co-founder and I am also a clerk for Parent Villages. I'm so happy for us to have our I Meetup back because we learned so much during our I Meetups. So I'm happy to see familiar faces and those that I don't know. I'm looking forward to meet you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. And I think that is it for our board at this time. We have some other fabulous board members that will be joining us as they can arrive. Shaquita Agbunizi and Latasha Newell. So we know that you're there with us and you will tune in as soon as you can. But we want to say thank you for all of your support. We could not do what we do if it wasn't for you all. So thank you again. We're going to start and talk to a little bit our staff. So we're going to start with Candace Griffin.
Good evening. My name is Candace Griffith. I'm the program administrator for Parent Villages. Just happy and excited to be a part of the PV family and joining the I Meet again.
Thank you, Candace. And Latoya and Cassandra, you're in the office, so you can do rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, you girl, go ahead. Hi, I'm Latoya Love. I'm the victims advocate for Parent Villages. I'm just happy and excited for this meeting. It's actually my first one being a part of Parent Villages. And I'm just excited about what else is to come.
Thank you. Cassandra.
Hi, everyone. Let me stand up. Hi, everyone. My name is Cassandra Rivera. I am the program coordinator for Parent Villages. This is actually my first ever I Meet, so I'm super excited to get to hear from everybody. And yeah.
Thank you so much. And so one of the things that we always do, and actually Ayana and I will be tag teaming just a little bit. I don't know if Ayana, if you want to do the raffle or you want me to do it.
So if I can do, I'll do the second part of the housekeeping stuff if you want to do the raffle.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So usually our board member Latasha Newell does this part where she's super excited to tell everybody about this great opportunity that we all will have to get something free, because there's a saying, if it's free, it's for me, right? So people like to get free things, and we also like to make sure folks are very aware of the resources in our community and something that goes along with the theme of the month. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving, we're going to be providing one lucky family with a gift card to a local restaurant. And so we want, yay! So we want you all to share this information, to like our page, and we will pick a name from a person who likes or shares our page. So please like and share with someone. The more that you like, the more, well, you can only like once, but the more that you share, the more people that you'll be able to likely have the opportunity to be able to get a gift card. So, and if you're like some of us who feel like, I don't need another gift card, then you may want to give it to somebody else. So don't feel like it has to be about you tonight, okay? It's about Thanksgiving and appreciating those around us. And we're moving right into the spirit of giving with Christmas season and Hanukkah and all of that. So yes, make sure you like, make sure you share, because we want to give you a gift card to somewhere. Y'all like that? Ms. Ayana?
All right, thank you so much, LaTonya. And again, welcome everyone. And so we want to make sure everyone has an extraordinary experience. So we want to make sure that you know about all the wonderful things that will be happening and some housekeeping tips. So we want everyone to use the chat box feature for any questions, comments, or aha moments throughout the conversation. Make sure you are in a well-lit space. If you want to join us on video, it's entirely up to you. And we also ask you to include your name so that we know how to properly address you throughout the evening. And make sure you leave your contact information, because I know we have some wonderful things that we want to share with you. We want to get you on our mailing list. And so we want to make sure that you're staying connected with Parent Villages. And last but not least, we want to make sure that you can definitely see everyone. So make yourself at home, if you're on your couch, your chair, or whatever it is, and just feel relaxed. And again, as LaTonya said, we are a big family, and so you're going to be coming into our living room on tonight. So thank you so much for joining us. Back to you, LaTonya.
Thank you so much. And so as we're getting ready for our guest speaker, who I will tell you, I am so happy I had the opportunity to meet. I will tell you a little bit more about her in just a few minutes, because I would like for LaToya and Cassandra to give you some info on some programming that they're doing. As some of you may or may not know, gosh, it feels like forever ago, but in the summer, in August, we were awarded a MOVA award. And so what that means is that we were able to expand our programming to do some more supports for victim assistance, folks who've been affected by violence and crime. And so LaToya, will you please tell us just a little bit more about what you do, how folks are able to access you or able to get resources and support from you or through you?
Okay, I'm working through MOVA. You can go onto the Parent Village website and go into families, and there's going to be, I think it's support. And once you click on that, there's an intake form where you can fill out, and you want to fill the form out to the best of your ability. And the people who are most likely affected by some type of violence will be more so like priority. So on a case-to-case basis, I deal with each individual, and I just stay connected with them, help them with their resources or, things that's needed. And it could be just one thing, or it could be more things like shelter, emergency assistance, hotel stay for a few days, and just a continuance with everyone. And if you know anybody who's needing help, who's looking for services, just send them to Parent Villages. And if they have any other concerns and they may need to call, our number here is 413-301-8121. And I'm LaToya Love.
Thank you, LaToya. And I'm going to ask you a real quick question, LaToya. I really am impressed with a lot of the work that you're doing, and not surprised, because I wouldn't have hired you if I didn't think that you would do a great job. But one of the things that you have been focusing a lot on is self-care and really teaching people like the basic fundamentals of taking care of themselves. Can you share with us what maybe a tip is that you would like for folks to think about as they maybe think about whether or not they should even contact you or refer somebody to you, and why it's important for them to seek out your types of services?
For various reasons. Health is like a big issue. Self-care is very important for our health. We want to make sure that we're having good expectations for ourselves. We want to know that we're setting boundaries, and just taking care of your mental health. Yeah, like We have therapists, counselors, people who I can refer you to. If you're feeling like you need some more assistance further than that. I have just started in the DV services. So to know how important self-care is to me right now, I'm really making it a priority in my life. And so, yes, that will be something that is very important for me to make sure that I know that my clients are reaching out for as well while I'm helping them with their services.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hey, Cassandra, tell us a little bit more about the programs that are coming up, any things that are on your radar right now.
Okay, so I'm the program coordinator. Of course, I said that. Basically, I am starting the I Meetups back up, thankfully. Now we're getting it in the groove. We also have a couple events coming up. We would like everybody to save the date for our brunch. It's the 5th year, which is, of course, I don't. 5 years. It is April 29th. It's going to be from 10 to 1 p.m. And as for other events we have coming up, we will be resuming iMeets. Next month, our iMeet will be in person. Starting January, our iMeets will start, not in person, I'm sorry, Zoom next month. And we will begin in-person iMeets starting January. I feel like, okay, and then we have a couple of events. The Village Builder program will be in the works for sometime in April or February, aiming for February. I think that's like the main things coming very soon that I can start talking about.
Thank you so much. And if folks want to get more information on our events, how should they do so?
Tap into our social media. I upload everything onto our social medias. Instagram, Facebook. I think that's the main. Oh, and yep, our Eventbrite links. If you guys come to our iMeetups, our save the date, not save the date, our brunch, Eventbrite will be where you guys register. But yeah, social media, Instagram and Facebook, Parent Villages.
Thank you so much. And we also have, Cassandra, you're also managing the monthly updates. And
Yes.
those monthly updates are super important. So you want to tell anybody about those?
Se me pasó por la mente. It went straight past my mind. So we are starting up a monthly update every 16th of every month. We will be sending out an update about what Parent Villages is doing, what they have upcoming, any news and information regarding Parent Villages or surrounding businesses and other events happening with other people as well. So
thank you so much. So we want you to definitely connect with us, go to our website, join our mailing list so that you're aware of what's happening and reminded of things so that you can attend and also refer other folks to attend. So I just want to say thank you so much to Cassandra, Latoya. Next month, we will be highlighting 2 other staff members,
yes.
Our therapist and our youth coordinator that we are really happy to have on board with us as well. And so with that being said, we're going to move right into another part of our meeting, which is going to be a guest presentation. Following our presentation, I know that we have some guests that are joining us too that just wanted to be on and wanted to learn more about what we do. So we will definitely give you a chance to ask questions and make comments and stuff like that. And so with that being the case, I just want to talk a little bit about Colleen and her company that she represents, Paper. It was very interesting. We were getting a lot of calls from families who were concerned that their young people were not where they need to be academically, and they needed assistance with whether it's essay writing, whether it was college essays. We did have a college prep club that was running on last year, so we were able to refer some folks to that program. But we really just have a lot of gaps, right, due to COVID and even before COVID. So families have been reaching out, they need support, and we were struggling to connect them to resources because there are a lot of wait lists. And so one of the board members of Paper actually is a really good friend of mine. He used to work for the district. connected us to Colleen and said, hey, let me tell you about this fabulous resource that is available to all of the students from Springfield Public Schools. And you all need to know, because 24 hours a day, pretty much, kids can get access to support services that can help them academically. And so when I met with Colleen and she showed me this simple tool, I'm like, we have to share it with all of you families. Please pay attention. And like I said, it's super simple and it's really easy to access. And we want you to not only use it for your own children, but please tell a friend about it so that they could also benefit from this wonderful service that is available with no cost to you. No cost to you, okay? So you need to take advantage of this service so that we can let the district know that there's a need. And when there's a need, they will continue to pay for it. We don't want them to think that we don't need the service. We need it and we want it. So let's use it. So with that, I'm going to move out the way and present the floor now to Colleen. And please tell us a little bit about what you all do. And we are anxious to learn more about this tool.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. The energy in the Zoom meeting is fantastic. Never been a part of something like this. Wonderful group of women. So I'm honored to be here today. What you all do is incredible. So as LaTonya mentioned, my name is Colleen Falvo. I am an account manager for a company called Paper. We are an educational support system, and we offer live 24/7 tutoring to students, grades 6 through 12 at Springfield Public Schools. And also, I'll get into it. I feel like I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. I will go through a quick little presentation for you. Can somebody make me co-host by any chance? Maybe the Parent Villages tech screen.
Let's see.
Click my little 3 dots next to my square. And I'll go through a quick little presentation for us.
1 second. I think our guru just stepped out.
No. I can talk a little bit about it more before I get started. If anything.
I'm trying to see who is the person that is the Parent Villages host. Is that you, LaToya? The thing is that if I take over host, it's gonna disconnect the live, I think. So I don't want to take over.
There should be a co-host option.
Because I'm a co-host. I'm a co-host, but
you-
I'm not the host. And so the host is live streaming. And if I take over co-host, then I think I'm gonna lose the live stream.
Alrighty, so what I can do, let me just share my Google Doc with you. We won't be able to go directly into the platform though. But why don't I share my Google Doc with you, and then you can put it up on your screen and I'll kind of talk through
Oh wait,
it.
I think I figured it out. Can you do it now? Try it now.
Let me try. I'm in. Hooray. Okay, awesome. Sorry for that little technical difficulty, but here we go. Let's get started and let's talk a little bit about paper for parents and guardians. Alrighty, so on today's agenda, we're going to learn a little bit more about paper. What are we? What do we do? What's our mission? We're going to explore the student dashboard a little bit, and we're going to teach you how to implement paper at home. Obviously, it's pretty easy, but you have to think a student won't just log on their own to get that extra support. They do tend to need a little bit of that encouragement. So the more of the word that we can spread, the more students we can get that extra support for. If you have any questions, feel free to pause me or pop them into the chat. Alrighty, so let's learn a little bit more about paper. So our mission is to provide an equitable, personalized, and free academic support that serves all students. So our CEO and founder was actually a high school teacher, and he realized that only a really small % of students could afford the tutoring that they need and deserve, right? Every student technically needs that extra support. And he also realized with scheduling, it was difficult too. No student is rushing home right after school and doing homework. They also could have jobs, have to take care of siblings. Parents could be working late as well. So many factors in there that he realized that tutoring wasn't accessible to all. So he wanted to change this. So he created paper to sell to school districts to provide a free option for all students. So as mentioned, we are free 24/7 academic support in multiple languages. So we offer English, French, Spanish, and Mandarin support. So a student can communicate with the tutor in those languages. It's all chat-based, so typing. There's no cameras, no nothing. It's very much so like text messaging, just what they're used to. There's that live help piece, so students can connect with a tutor 24/7 to help get homework help, study help, and so on. I'll show you exactly what that looks like. And then we also have our review center. So students can upload any piece of written work, whether it's an essay, a poem, a college application, a job resume, a cover letter, a history DBQ, truly any piece of written work, and have it reviewed with feedback from a tutor within 24 to 48 hours. So just getting an extra set of eyes on that piece of written work before submitting it to where it needs to go. And then Paper Live is also some after-school entertainment and educational programming for students for grades K through 9. I'll show you what that looks like as well. So 3 main components to our platform. One more thing to note is that we do have an app. So we're available on any one-to-one device, whether a student wants to log in at app.paper.co, whether they're logging in through the school district's Clever dashboard, there is a tile for them to click and log right into Paper, or they can log in through the Paper app. Who are our tutors? I'm sure you're wondering. They are employees just like myself. They were background checked, trained, and they're actual employees. So we don't use the Uber model. They have to work a minimum of 10 to 40 hours each week. And they are trained professionals to support all of the students. They're also trained to apply the Paper method. So no answers are ever given to a student. If a student logs on and says, "Hi, what's 1 + 1?" the tutor is not going to say 2. They're going to ask the students guiding questions like, what have you learned so far? What do you know about addition so far? What has your teacher taught you? What do your notes say? We really want students to understand the full concept of what they're learning and not just get an answer like that. So some students may find it frustrating. A session could take 2 minutes. And I've also seen sessions last hours on end. It's truly unlimited. They won't get kicked off after a certain amount of time. They could spend as much time as they'd like to on the platform. Alrighty, obviously student privacy and safety is a huge thing for us as well. They are communicating with real life people. So sessions only show the student's first name and last initial and grade level. A student works with a new tutor every single time. So they will not get a repeat tutor. It's all chat-based conversation. And we have platform managers and a student health and safety team overseeing each session. Alrighty, so let's explore. As I mentioned, students can log in straight from their Clever School portal. So they'll just click on this P tile and they will be brought straight into the platform. But I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So students can either, like I said, log in through Clever, or they can go to app.paper.co and they will be brought into their login page. They'll type in their school name. I went ahead and clicked Springfield, and all the schools would be listed here. So let's say I attend South End, then I would click sign in with Clever. I am an employee, so I am going to sign in a little bit differently and give you a quick rundown on the platform. Alrighty. So if I click view as student here, this is what students see when they log in. I am going to click out on this. This is Paper Missions, a new initiative that we are launching. But on the left-hand side here is our live help. And in the center is our writing review center. As I mentioned, we are available in those 4 languages. So English, French, Mandarin, and Spanish. If I am a Spanish speaker, I would click Spanish, and my whole dashboard would be changed to Spanish. And if I clicked on any of these buttons, I would be connected with a Spanish speaking tutor. I am going to go to English. I do not know Spanish, I wish, but I am going to go to English, and I'm going to show you what it looks like to connect to a tutor. So over here on the left-hand side are all of my course tiles. Since we're synced with Clever, this is a little bit of tech talk. The student's exact schedule will be replicated on this dashboard. So let's say I have English period 3 with Mrs. Falvo, it will say so. Because in turn, teachers and administrators can see all of their transcripts on the back end. So if a teacher needs to address a learning gap or something like that, they can review all of those transcripts in their own time. So as a student, I could type in my question in this question box, and we'll use an algorithm to match the student to the subject in which they typed in, or I can click directly into the live help classroom. So I'm going to click on math, and I'm going to be connected to a tutor within 15 to 30 seconds. Look at that. I'm connected with Maria. Maria is a real life human, and Maria is typing to me, so I can see that. I could send over a snapshot of a worksheet that I'm working on if I'd like to. I could send over a file. Let's say my teacher assigned me something through the Google Classroom. I could take a screenshot of that and send it over. I could draw on a whiteboard. I can send emojis. I can use our math keyboard to type out a problem. The options are endless. And again, this doesn't just have to be for math. It can truly be for anything. If I'm studying for a quiz, if I'm brainstorming a thesis statement and I just want clarification with my tutor, I can absolutely do so. So I'm not gonna go through a full demo here because we don't have that much time, but I'm just gonna show you how interactive it is. Help with math. Oh, and I'm good, thanks. She asked me how I was. How are you? Any files that I share will appear here. And I can also look back on my history. So any conversations that I've had with past tutors, I would just click on that history tile. And this is great for studying. If I'm studying for a quiz or an exam and I want to review a concept that I've already spoken about with a tutor, I can absolutely look at that. I'm going to go back to my session. She said, I'm good too. Thanks for asking. She's probably going to ask me what I need help with. I'm just going to go ahead and draw a problem on my whiteboard. I'm going to go 35 equals 5x minus 5, and send that over to the lovely Maria. She said, okay, what can I help you with? Are you currently working on a problem? And we would go back and forth. And again, I want to remind you that Maria is going to ask me those guiding questions. She's not just going to solve the problem for me. Let's just see what she says. And then for time's sake, I am going to end this session. Let's see. It's helpful also that we can see Maria typing. Said, can you show me what you've done so far? So of course I could go in and show her the next step if I'd like to. If I'd like to change my pen color and go in, or if I was really confused, I could tell her that and she could give me some prompts as to how I would get further in this problem. Does anybody on the Zoom right now have any questions before I leave the live chat? And pop them into the chat or unmute yourself, or I'll just keep going.
I have a question.
Yes.
You said this was 24/7. You mean to tell me if someone was on at 2 a.m., a counselor or a tutor would come open up?
Absolutely. We employ thousands of tutors. There's always somebody online. If it's something really niche, like computer science, and they want I don't know, a Mandarin speaking tutor or something like that, they may not be available, but it'll tell the student in how many hours that tutor will be available in. Obviously, during our peak hours are kind of daytime through evening, but there will always be somebody available to support the student. 24
That's interesting. They shouldn't be up at 2 a.m., but if they really have a paper to do, that's fine if they need to get it done. My second question to you, does every parent in the Springfield Public School System aware of this program, and how would they notify?
So that's what we're working with the district right now on communications. It has been communicated to. We have been partnered for a couple of years, actually. It's just hard to spread the awareness there. I do work with the assistant superintendent at the school and their chief communications officer, but it definitely is hard to get the awareness out there. I've been working with school principals and teachers to try and get them on board as well, but we're slowly but surely spreading the news.
That's because I was a former employee and I've never heard of this program ever.
That happens sometimes with our partners. But yeah, we have a team designed. So myself, there's also a customer success manager that continuously throughout the school year, we're going to work on getting that messaging and word out to more students.
So are you saying that, did you focus on the upper grades from 6 to 12 at first?
Exactly.
So now you're working with the lower level?
No, we're just with the upper grades right now.
Oh, I thought I heard you say 12 up to 12.
Right now.
No, I thought you said K to 12.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
All right.
maybe in the upcoming years.
I did hear you say that though. That's why I wrote it down. You said.
Sorry about that. No.
All right. So right now it's 6 to 12?
Exactly.
All right.
What was acceptable 10 years ago?
Awesome. So just for time's sake, I am going to end this. I do just want to show you the next feature that we do have. So students have the ability to write a session and send that in. I am going to go back to my dashboard quickly and show you this review center piece. So as I mentioned, students can upload any piece of written work and have it returned with feedback within 24 to 48 hours. So all they have to do is click on upload my writing. They can browse the file from their computer. Something new and exciting that we have is a Google Drive integration. We know that student devices, those one-to-one devices that they may have received from the school district, don't necessarily have a lot of space on them. So they can also grab a file from that Google Drive. They put in the title of their work, submission type. So whether it's an essay, creative writing, scientific writing, so on and so forth. Select the class in which it's associated with so that my teacher on the back end can see if I've uploaded my essay. Select the language in which it's in, and then any instructions from my teacher. So if my teacher gave me a rubric, a one-pager, anything like that, I would upload that information, because the more information that the tutor has, the more thorough the feedback will be. We'll know what the teacher is looking for. Then I would submit that. And then down here, you can see in the queue how long it's going to take me. So I said 24 to 48 hours. It truly varies, right? If it's a time when a lot of students are submitting work, it could be more so 48 hours. But right now you can see here, my work would be reviewed in 6 hours. So I could get feedback on my first draft within 6 hours time. So I'd click submit for review. And then I would get something like this. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And now I'm having more technical difficulties with my Zoom and screen sharing. Hang on here. Okay, I'm going to share my entire desktop quickly and just pull up what a student would receive back. Again, here we use the paper method, so we're not going to give students the answers. So they will get highlighted feedback, the glows and grows, so some positive feedback as well as some changes that the tutor suggests the student make. So here, femininity is spelled wrong. The tutor is not going to tell the student how to spell femininity. They're going to tell them, though, that they need to check their spelling. Here, Ophelia is a good woman. What makes Ophelia good? Why should we like her? Be specific. A means for Hamlet to act out is aggression. Jacob from paper said great point. So also that positive feedback, right? And then they'll also get some more generalized feedback at the end. And a bonus step that students could take is then discussing this feedback that they received on their essay with a live help tutor. So getting that double support on the end. So I am going to go back to my presentation. That's pretty well it for the platform. I'll just hop back to the platform quickly. The other thing that I was talking about was Paper Live. And these are on-demand classes. This is something new to us, and we're trying to navigate which time is most popular for our customers. Like right now, we are only partnered with Springfield for grades 6 to 12, so so some of these wouldn't be appropriate for the students that have accounts. But for now, for example, for grades K through 4, there's a course about Under the Sea. Then there are some Spanish courses, space. These are for grades 5 to 9. There's a financial literacy course, a workout, an escape room, some interesting educational videos that students could watch and learn from. Righty, so I'm going to hop back home. That's pretty well it. Students can get achievements so they can close their rings if they've completed challenges. There's a new challenge every week. They can receive badges and trophies for completing certain amount of sessions. And then they can also practice math problems with our paper math missions as well. Alrighty. So I'm going to hop back to my presentation really quickly, and then I'll wrap up. Alrighty, so just some ways in which we can help. If a student is looking for help with a math concept, they can get help using our live chat. If a student is revising an essay for their English class, we will explore how they can use Paper's Review Center. And if a student is interested about learning astronomy, they can do so by attending a Paper Live course. Alrighty, and then just for parents and guardians at home on how to implement this, you can join. Parents don't have accounts, but students do. So parents and guardians, if you want to join the first session with a student, that would be helpful, and just show them how it works and build Paper into the student's study and test prep routines. Any writing assignments, have them upload that first draft to that review center. And if you review your student's progress or report card and identify any classes that they need extra support in, feel free to turn to Paper. We do have a landing page geared towards parents and guardians where they can find out more information. They can sign up for a webinar if they wish to do so. They could learn more about Paper, see some real life families like yours talk about Paper, get to know our students, and so on and so forth. And that's pretty well it. If anybody has any additional questions or comments, you can always email parents@paper.co and somebody will be able to help you out. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And does anybody have any questions for me?
I did see a hand up, so you can go ahead and ask your question. I have some questions too. But
Of course.
My question is, what is the data? I know this is just almost December, but what is your data from last year of amount of SBS, Springfield Public School System students using this platform, which I think is very good. But I also would like to know, obviously not enough because I have no idea this even existed. And that bothers me very much. So I would like to know, what is the data of the percentage of students that are using this?
So I actually don't have
6 to 12.
Yeah, I actually don't have that information to back that up right now. And I would have to confirm with the district that that is something that they want to share with others. I can have that conversation with my contacts over there and see how they feel about sharing it. Again, we are still chipping away. Every student matters. Every teacher matters as well. We can be a support to them. So we're slowly but surely trying to build more awareness around this tool. So I will get back to you on that if that's okay.
Okay, one more question. How are you funded? Is it funded through the Springfield Public School System or is it privately funded?
It's I'm gonna have to check on that as well.
Okay.
I am the customer success customer.
Okay.
Generally speaking, it is through school board or COVID relief funding was a huge one as well. So it totally depends on every school district that we do partner with is different. So I will have to dig into that for Springfield.
Thank you. I promise, I think I'm done.
No, these questions are fantastic. I love them. Keep them coming. Latonia,
Any other questions? I want to see if anybody else has a question. So one thing that I do want to do, if you could, Colleen, just briefly spend about a minute just reminding people of what you're doing. We've had some people join the Facebook Live a little bit after you started, so they may not know what it was that you were talking about. So if you can just do a reminder of that, and then I do have a question and a comment.
Absolutely. So my name is Colleen. I am from Paper. We are an educational support system. We offer free, unlimited, 24/7 tutoring and essay review to students at Springfield Public Schools, grades 6 through 12. So students can log on at any hour through their Clever dashboard. So if they just click on that Paper P, they will be connected to our platform. All of their classes will be rostered there and they can get help in over 200 subject areas. So anything they're working on, they can get that support live on demand any time of day, unlimited. So it can take, again, 5 minutes or they can spend hours on there. I have seen students spend like 8-10 hours on there. don't personally think that's the healthiest. A tutor will remind the student that they've been at this for a long time, so be mindful of that. But truly unlimited, they can get as much extra support as they need. That's a little bit about us, but just log in through their clever dashboard.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
And to Ms. Foster Franklin's point, this was something I wasn't aware of either. So it is definitely something that a lot of families are not aware of. And I don't want to say it's for lack of trying. I know that communicating with families, especially during COVID, wasn't easy. But I also know that there's a lot of resources that we need to make sure our families are aware of. So that is why we have Colleen with us on tonight, because we want to make sure that folks are aware of this phenomenal resource that is available to them, where their young people can get support from the privacy of their homes. They don't have to pay somebody an arm and a leg to tutor their kids, but they can get supports from professionals in their language. And which is super, super important. That was the part that kind of blew me away. Like, if they speak Spanish, they speak French, whatever language, like, you got somebody that can talk to you in your language and give you the support that you need. And so families of Springfield Public Schools, particularly for this session, but to Colleen's point, there are other districts that are working with them. So if you are not from Springfield or in the Springfield Public Schools area and you're wanting to know if your district has this service, please do reach out to Colleen via the information that you saw. We will also put it in our chat feature, whether it's on Facebook or even here in the Zoom. We will make sure that everybody has access to that email and can reach out. Does anybody else have a question? Ayana.
Thank you so much, Colleen. What a phenomenal program. I am super excited. Thank you so much, LaTonya, for bringing her to us. I am just excited about the program. So one question I do have, I noticed that the program is from K to 12, and Springfield has this year introduced universal pre-K program. And so we have our 3-year-olds and we have our 4-year-olds in sort of a part-time, full-time program. And so wanting to know if you have an additional program potentially for our pre-K students that are also utilizing the computers for their reading, their writing, etc. And so wanted to kind of find out if this program has some components for pre-K, or did the district just only want to do K through 12 at this time?
So I'm going to answer your question. I can't speak for the district again and that whole process. Again, I am customer facing, presenting demos to promote engagement for our customers and make sure every student is aware of this, right? As you can imagine, a kindergarten typing to a tutor is a bit challenging. So in my mind, purchasing it for the upper grade levels and testing it on them first is definitely a smarter strategic plan, right? Imagine a kindergartner trying to chat with a tutor and typing to them. It's pretty challenging. I will say, as a company, we are expanding our offerings and looking into ways into how we can support younger students a little bit better. And there are things on the horizon. I can't share too much, but there are things coming to make us more accessible for those younger grade levels. It's definitely a priority of ours. Yes.
Thank you.
No problem.
I don't know if we have anybody who posted any questions on Facebook. I don't know if anybody has access to see if folks are on Facebook posting any questions. If somebody does have a question, shout it out and let me know over the next couple of minutes. But I just want to remind everyone that we do have a raffle. So before I start to talk about the raffle, I want to thank Colleen again for your time. I want to ask you just to stay in just a few minutes, just so that we know if there are any other questions that anybody has that they're answered. But I thought the presentation was just so cut and dry and very informative and really helpful for us to be able to share with our community and with our families that this is such a valuable resource. I'm super excited. And yes, you were right. Excellent presentation.
Yes, I have a quick question. I'm sorry, I'm trying to unmute.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Yeah, this was an excellent presentation. Super sophisticated system, very impressive for sure. And so I have more of like a back end question when it comes to your tutors and the selection process. Now, I know that it's possibly more of like a global and virtual thing, but as far as like the local standpoint, if you were to, how do you collaborate with maybe someone from the school? or someone that's looking to be a local tutor, to be a part of the paper system?
To be a local tutor, like to be one of our employees, they can apply on our career board. We're hiring
Okay.
tutors constantly. Again, there are a lot of undergraduate students, students getting their PhDs, a ton of former teachers come to work for us as well, right? Definitely good there. They can just visit paper.co and click on our career board and see what's available, but constantly hiring tutors.
Great. Thank you, Colleen.
No problem. Thank you for the question.
Thank you so much. So we want to remind people that it is the spirit of Thanksgiving, and we will be giving out a raffle. Oh, well, we're not giving out a raffle. We're giving out a gift card for the raffle so that we can help a family, or just bless a family, or just you bless another family, however you want to do it. But we want to give you the gift of a wonderful meal from a local business. So please share our live, like our page, and we will be picking someone from that list of folks who have shared or liked our page during this presentation so that they could receive a gift card. And like I said, you can enjoy it with your family, or you can bless another family, however you want to do it. But it will be well-deserved from a business that we would like to support. We believe in supporting small businesses because that's the way to go. That's how we keep the economy growing. And so we build our village that way. So do it while you're listening. And while we are waiting to see if there are any other questions for our guests, I hear none. We're good. Okay. So with that being said, we do have just a few things that we want to remind you all about. To Cassandra's point earlier, we do have our annual Education Matters brunch that is coming up. It is our 5th annual. Ayana, our 5th annual. Can you believe it?
Yes, woohoo! 5 years, we have made it, y'all. 5 years, can you believe it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We made it. 5, 5. We did it. Yes, I am so excited. This is amazing. You know, when we think about organizations and we think about longevity and we think about consistency, this is the same original group of women that came together 5 years ago and said yes to what our leader has said to us, that 97% of our kindergartners are not prepared for school. We have to do something about that. And we decided, all of us, Cindy Gator Harper, Paige Monroe, Latonia Naylor, and Yana Crawford, that we are gonna do something about it. And here we are, ladies. And all of our new board members, our staff. I mean, we wouldn't even imagine having staff. So we want to say shout out to all of our staff, shout out to all of the folks that believed in us, our supporters, our collaborators, our grantees, everyone that stood up and said yes to Parent Villages, that said yes to the opportunity, that said yes, that we believe in you, because here we are with the grace of God, because we are a faith-driven organization and we have no qualms about it. We pray together so that we can stay together. And we are so excited, I'm telling you. And so I know the board members can speak on their own behalf, but this is in my heart and in my spirit. I love these ladies. I will do all I can for this organization, and more is to come. More is to come. 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 years.
Yes, yes. This is so exciting. Does anybody else want to comment on that? I can't see all y'all, so I don't want to overtalk. All right. So I really am super excited about it. 5 years. Somebody the other day was like, are you going to have any more kids? And I said, I already have a baby and it's going to be 5 in February. And they said, well, what's the name? I said, Parent Villages. It's just exciting to remember where we came from. Literally $200 that I came scraping out of my pocket, right, for a pizza and an event. And then Yana and Cindy and Mama Paige said, wait a minute, you can't forget about me. What do you need? Let's do this. And we scraped together pennies and dollars to have our first event. And we're able to get Iona. I got to give Iona Kelly Dobbins a shout out because he was with us from the beginning. He would just make food and donate it to our meetings. I mean, we really have come a long way from our $200 budget and heavy volunteering, right, board members? And we still are volunteering, giving of ourselves, but it's a different level of incapacity at this point. So I am just so thankful for each and every one of you. We do have our event coming up. So the scholarship opportunity will be opening in January. Our event is earlier than this year than it normally is. It's going to be in April. So we are giving folks the opportunity to start giving those donations out. Catch that end of year cutoff so you can get them deductions on your taxes and all of that good stuff. And we already have, believe it or not, 3 folks that have committed to scholarships for next year. And so we are already on the move. We have a goal. We have a capital campaign that we're going to be running, and we'll be giving you all more information on that in the upcoming weeks. But we have an office space over at 640 Page Boulevard now. So not only do you get to see us and operate in a hybrid format, but we also get the opportunity to have you come and visit us in the office. So please do that. Also, I want to say that we are looking for community input for each of our awardees on this year. So in years past, we had a tiny nominating committee that nominated folks for different awards for our unsung heroes. But this year we said, you know what, it's our 5th year. We're going to do it even bigger. And we want to give folks an opportunity to weigh in. So we will have opportunities for you to submit your educator that you think deserves to get that unsung hero award, that administrator that you believe in, that community impact person, and that student's choice. So who do the students think we should honor, right? They may not be a teacher. They may not be a principal. Maybe they're a crossing guard. Maybe they're a bus monitor or a paraprofessional. Like, it doesn't matter. If you're helping our kids, they see you and they appreciate you. So we want to give them an opportunity to weigh in on the conversation. So with that being said, keep your eyes and ears open for more opportunities to engage, more opportunities to be a part of our celebration. Also, our Village Builder Boot Camp will begin in January. So our Adult Village Builder Boot Camp begins in January. We are going to start taking referrals from people. It's a very small cohort. So it's definitely something that if you believe you want to be a part of, or somebody that you know should be a part of, then we want you to quickly reach out to us. The applications to participate will be available in the upcoming week. We also will have our Youth Village Builder Boot Camp that will be kicking off in February. We have those periodically throughout the year, so we look forward to having another one of those. And youth coordinator is doing some fabulous work over at Central High School. And so anybody that has students who are at Central High School, there's a lot happening over there, and they're getting the ball rolling over there. And we look to have another youth coordinator soon. So if you know a young person that is in need of a part-time position and they like to give back to the community, please have them reach out to info@parentvillages.org. We are looking for you. You will see a posting on social media in the next few days. And that concludes my announcements. Are there any announcements that I did not remember to announce? We good? I don't see anybody's hands raised. I don't see anybody sending me a message in chat. So I think we hit it off. I know that we have a few guests with us. I don't know if you would like to ask any questions or make any comments. You are not in the video, so you don't have to talk if you don't want to, but if you would like to ask a question or make a comment, please feel free to unmute yourself and join the conversation before we close this program. Well, thank you. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for listening in. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to participate with us. So I think that's it, Ayana. Candace, is there anything you wanted to add in? Candace works behind the scenes, so she didn't talk much about what she does. She just has to listen to my mouth.
Policies and procedures. That is, I'm gonna find a T-shirt that says that. But nothing. I just feel like the vibe, the energy of the I Meet tonight was great. Colleen gave some really good information. Wish that was around when I was in school. But definitely good energy, good vibes today. It was a good start back for I Meets tonight.
Thank you. Candace is my right hand and my left hand, so I thank God for her every single day. And I thank God for our staff that we have that are doing really, really great work. This was a very much needed conversation that needed to happen at a very opportune time. So I'm so happy, Colleen, that you made yourself available with us on tonight. Ayana, I think you unmuted, and I did not want to close without giving you the opportunity to say whatever it was you were going to say.
I just wanted to say thank you so much, and everyone have a good evening.
Thank you. Ms. Foster Franklin, were you going to say something?
I was, and I just want to, I'm a strong advocate, and Ayana knows, of trying to keep parents informed as much as possible. Whatever way you can do it, make it work. This program that Carlene is talking about is an excellent program. I feel it's more towards 3rd through 12th and not through pre-K to 3rd grade, because they need more parents to encompass themselves with their children's work. And I feel that right now is what we need to focus on. And I know it's going to be very, very hard, but our parents need to bring themselves back to being responsible for what their children are learning. That's it.
Well said, and I agree 110% with you. Part of the work of the Parent Villages Village Builder program that we do with the adults is around that, right? Helping parents to see where they are, assess, self-assess, right? Because it's one thing for somebody to tell you what you're doing and what you're doing wrong. It's another thing when you sit there and you internalize it and you decide, wow, I see where I'm at and I want to choose to do it differently and better. And I'm willing to do what it takes to get out of the rut that I'm in and move to the next level. And I want my village to help me get there. And that is the mindset of the Adult Village Builder program, is that we are working with folks on very fundamental thoughts and ideals that most people take for granted. When they reach a level of success, they take for granted that there are certain things that are necessary to get you there, right? Or they take for granted that they had a parent or auntie or grandma or whoever that was willing to take the time and teach them certain skills. And the reality is that these days, a lot of people are not getting those fundamentals. They're in survival mode and they're trying to survive. They're not focused on buying a house, focused on how do I make sure my kids eat, right? And we want to help people get out of survival and into thriving. And so that is what we are looking to do through our Adult Village Builder program. And we want to help parents be able to be there and support their children in every way that their children need them. And so we are your village. We are your village and you're our village. And so stay tuned, keep in touch, and have a wonderful night, everybody. Be safe.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Ms. Williams, for coming as well.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. That's for Grandma Paige.
Have a good night.
Good night.